I did this whole thing for less than $100. A lot of good storage, very, very tough, very strong. I'm 185 pounds and it'll hold my weight all the way across this thing. This is what I'm using, and that'll give me six 6-inch brackets that I'm going to fabricate. So I've got out 6 inches marked out just down the whole piece, and luckily my lines are coming right between two holes, so that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to use my Bauer portable bandsaw. If you don't have a bandsaw, you could use a hacksaw and a vise, or just a hacksaw, and eventually cut your way through this. But this is the easy way, so that's what I'm going to do. These will be the brackets that will be used for the hangers that will be mounted to the rafters or trusses in the ceiling. 2.5 inch, 1/4 inch lag bolts. 2 of them for each bracket, 4 inches apart on that roof truss, and then 2 inches into the 2x4 on the truss with a 1/2 inch of sheetrock. Each one will be worth 200 pounds of force, and then the shear strength is over 3,000 pounds, so it'll be strong enough for supporting the weight of the shelf and the contents that's on the shelf. All right, the first step is to find out where our trusses are located in the ceiling. There's a couple of tools you're going to need in order to locate them. One is a stud finder. Had this one for years. I'll link one in the description that's as similar as I can get. It's worked well for me. And then this time, this is the first time I've ever done this, I've made these magnets. Just a real cheap magnet. I bought a pack of these. Maybe I got them off Amazon. And I just hot glued a piece of dowel onto the end of it so I can use it kind of like a pencil. And you're going to want to lightly grab this and just run it along the wall, looking for screws or nails that are holding the sheetrock on. And it's actually a pretty effective method if you don't have a stud finder. And this method will be the same whether you're looking on the ceiling for the trusses or if you're trying to locate the studs in the wall. And then I'll take my magnets, and if you have a real light grip on the magnet and rub it very lightly along the wall, you can feel where it locates a screw or a nail that's in the holding the sheetrock onto the stud. Right there. Let's try another one. There's another one right here. So that just confirms that there's a stud right here. And then I know that I can put lag screws right into that stud to hold that bracket onto the ceiling or onto the wall. And that's really important that you accurately find out where those are, because the strength in this is going to be those lag bolts that are going into that stud or into that roof truss in order to support the weight of this shelf. I'm going to mount the 2x3s to the wall studs using these number 10s 3.5 inch all-purpose screw. This has a Torx head on it, and it comes with the Torx bit. And then I'll have 1.5 inches going into the actual studs in the wall. And what I really like about these and why I bought them is they have this no pre-drill tip on them. It'll just dig away the material for the diameter as it goes into the wood, so you have less chance of splitting if you don't pre-drill. We'll mount that up there onto the wall and get it at the proper height, whatever height you choose to do it, and then just make sure it's level. So I'll just get the flattened area started. You could probably do this with a hammer as well. Maybe I'll try that on this anvil area. And you've got the flat spot vertical on that end. Then this end you've got this section here. And then I'm going to fold this piece under. Drill a hole in it here for a screw to go up through the bottom, and drill a hole up here for a screw to go in. I'm going to use 1/4 inch lag bolts. I'll show you that when I get to that step, but that's how that hanger is going to work. So I need to make 4 more of these, depending on the length of your shelf and how often you want to place your hangers. determine how many you need to make. I've got 2 holes drilled down here for 1/4 inch lag screws, one up through the bottom and one through the side for each one. And I did drill 2 1/4 inch holes because I'm using 2.5 inch by 1/4 inch lag screws with a washer. And those will go into the rafters. I'll just install those with the wrench. So I'll put a washer on, put the bolt through, and that will go through the 3rd hole, then a washer. And I'm using nylon lock nuts to secure that to the brace. Instead of just cutting off the corner, I cut these 2 pieces. I need a piece of plywood, so this is the piece I'm going to use later on to join the 2 2x4s. I'll show you how I do that when I get to that part. That'll be connected to the cabinet that's hanging on the wall. And I'll show you details about that when I get to that part. There we go. That's the way I need to do it. Yeah, that sounded solid. That way I'm not just banging into that corner all the time right there. And it'll be supported. Now I need to cut a board, screw to the cabinet. It'll fit right between there, between this and here. So 8 or 9 inches long with a 45 on the end to butt up against this one. Just one of these drywall screws to temporarily hold these in place where I want them for the moment. These are just to hold the shelf in place while I put those screws in the back in where they need to be. Tighten that one on the corner up there, and then I can come across pretty safe with that staying in place and get the rest of them. Now, using some wood glue and some screws, I attached this brace for the center of the 2 2x3s where they connected in the front. And I just glued and screwed that to the back side. Then I also used a metal plate for the front with some nails just to secure that seam where the 2 2x3s connect. I put the other half together in the same fashion that I just showed you. And since I have a hip roof, I did not have a roof rafter to connect my last hanger to. So I made a hanger that was a little bit longer and just bent it over a little bit more, all fashioned in the same manner as what I've already shown. This time I connected it to the top of the wall stud instead of the ceiling joist. Overall, it came out really strong and nice and straight, and I'm real happy with this build. Hopefully, if you can't build one exactly like this, it'll at least give you some ideas for your own DIY hanging garage shelf in your garage so you can get your stuff up off the floor and get a little more use out of the space that you have. If you liked the video or if it helped you out in any way, don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave. And if you want to see another DIY home project video, click the video on the screen and we'll see you over there.